Mathematics is often seen as one of the few territories where opinion does not command. Numbers are not negotiated, are not voted on, and do not change according to ideology. Pi, the famous number that relates the circumference of a circle to its diameter, is a good example of this. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and give it like. Pi has infinite decimals and a value that doesn't depend on culture or the time. But did you know that in 1897 it was about to be redefined by a political initiative? Since ancient times, pi has fascinated mathematicians, philosophers, and builders. Egyptians and Babylonians already used approximations to calculate areas and build buildings. Over the centuries, these approaches became more and more precise. One of the great historical challenges was the so-called square of the circle. Building, using only rule and compass, a square with the same area as a circle was a challenge for centuries. Today, we know it is impossible. But in the 19th century, it was not so clear. In this context, Edwin J. Goodwin, an Indiana physician, convinced that he had found the definitive solution. His method not only solved the quadrature of the circle, but also simplified pi, giving him closed and manageable values such as 3.2. Goodwin decided to protect his discovery through a law. Instead of convincing mathematicians, he chose to present his method to Indiana lawmakers. He offered them his method free of charge for educational use, provided it was officially recognized. The result was the Indiana Pi Bill, a bill drafted in confusing and technical language. For a reader without mathematical training, it sounded serious, but for a mathematician, it was a collection of serious errors that could not be ignored. Surprisingly, the Indiana House of Representatives unanimously approved the bill. There was no real debate about its mathematical content, and many legislators relied on the author's authority and the scientific appearance of the text. Fortunately, as the bill reached the state Senate, a professor of mathematics named Clarence A. Waldo read the text of the law. He understood that pi was not a legal convention, but a number describing reality, and spoke to the senators. Waldo explained that no vote could change pi's value. His arguments were enough to sow doubts, and the Senate decided not to vote the law, letting the attempt to redefine pi be buried. Today, this anecdote is told as something fun. But behind the humor, there is a clear warning about the invasion of politics in areas that require specialized knowledge. The 1897 story reminds us that reality does not change by decree.